Hey Most Amazing Top 10 family, I'm your host Che Dorena and welcome back to Most Amazing Top 10. It's insane how much you can pack into just a couple sentences. I mean, most of the most memorable lines in history were just a few words. There's "I have a dream," or "There's nothing to fear but fear itself," and "Can you smell what the Rock is cooking?" the most famous. Those are some of the greatest quotes from history, and I'm going to bring you some compact horror stories snagged right off of Reddit with today's list of top 10 scary 2-sentence stories. And guys, just so you know, we have a new channel called Top 10 Central that you guys have to go check out. As always guys, I would love it if you could like, comment, subscribe, and hit the little notification bell and stick around for the whole list because I'm going to be doing some more pet shoutouts. And for the month of December, we are going to be doing giveaways every Friday. The way you enter is by following our Facebook page, liking and commenting on our Facebook exclusive videos. This week is going to be the Guess That YouTuber Challenge, and the prize is a Most Amazing Top 10 t-shirt signed by all the hosts and a $200 gift card. That is pretty sweet. Remember, we're also doing a ton of content on Instagram, so after you see the Facebook stuff, you can go check that out too. If you want to get some of your own merch and can't even wait for the contest, then check out the link below. Use the offer code MA10 to get $5 off, and without taking any longer, let's get into this list. At number 10, we have The Garden. Okay, this first one I grabbed off of a website which grabbed it off of Reddit, but they didn't credit the Redditor, so I couldn't find out who the Redditor was. So if you guys know, let me know. The story goes, out in the garden, the girl in the blue dress with butterflies on it stood on her tippy toes, trying to reach one of the pretty things in the tree's branches. When the corpse began to swing at her touch, she laughed merrily. This girl's laughing while she's playing with a dead body. She's either going to be a great doctor or an amazing serial killer, or both. She could do that crossover thing where serial killers also are doctors so they can kill people better in secret. I've seen that all the time. Either way, all the neighborhood kids should stay away from her until she figures out what she wants to be when she grows up. Also, why is she playing with dead bodies with her nice blue dress on? Where are the parents? If you're going to let your kids slap around a corpse in a tree, at least make sure they're not wearing their Sunday best. Throw on some painting overalls and then slap a dead person as much as you like. At number 9, we have Bedtime. I begin tucking him into bed. He tells me, "Daddy, check for monsters under my bed." I look underneath for his amusement and see him, another him, under the bed, staring back at me, quivering and whispering, "Daddy, there's somebody on my bed." This one made my hair stand up on end. The feeling that dad would have as he slowly brings his head back up to look at what's sitting on the bed. Whatever that thing was knew that the kid was under the bed, so it was just baiting the father. Classic monster pranks. This thing makes you feel comfortable right before it murders you. At number 8, we have Stuck. This one was written by Garboid27. I can't move, breathe, speak, or hear. It's dark all the time. If I knew it was going to be this lonely, I would have been cremated instead. Ooh. The mystery of what happens after we die is a center point of a lot of human discomfort. Most religions promise you the answer to the afterlife, but do they really know? Part of me is excited to die. I'll never need to worry about running around late for anything ever again. That seems like a peaceful future I can get behind. But what if this short story has it exactly right? What if you're stuck in your body, unconscious, with no ability to do anything forever? At number 7, we have Reflection. This one was written by Redditor The Real Hat Man. I woke up to hear a knocking on the glass. At first I thought it was coming from the window, until I heard it coming from the mirror again. There's so many good horror movies involving mirrors because there's something about them that is inherently creepy. The perfect reflection of yourself stuck in there looking back at you. Some people have encountered paranormal activity where they've said they've looked into a mirror and they could see distorted versions of themselves, or see a ghostly demonic presence behind them. I mean, that could be what's happening in this story, or this mirror person could be knocking on the glass because they're just bored and they just want a friend. You could put a half chessboard up to the mirror and the two of you could play chess for hours and maybe become really good friends. Also, this spirit thing that's knocking on the glass, it did come through at night. Maybe it's trying to wake you up for a booty call. I don't know. Try and stay positive. At number 6, we have Still. This one was sent in by Redditor Horses Everywhere. It sat on my shelf with thoughtless porcelain eyes and the prettiest pink doll dress I could find. Why did she have to be born still? I've heard of things like this actually happening. People keep their stillborn children afterwards because the pain of losing a child was too much to bear, and instead of overcoming the trauma, it manifests itself in strange ways, like dressing them up. I don't know if the person who wrote this story experienced something like this, but this is a story definitely rooted in a dark reality. At number 5, we have photos. Our next story comes way of Redditor Gustalooz. There was a picture in my phone of me sleeping. I live alone. Sleep creep. Ew. I would just hope if someone's gonna take a picture of me while I'm sleeping, at least make me look cute. Put a filter on it or something. Have some decency. But this is also something that happens all too often. There was a story about a girl in Texas. Her ex-boyfriend broke into her place when she wasn't there and then moved himself into the attic. He would sneak out while she was sleeping and eat her food and take some of her things. When the police found him in the attic, he had a little nest of her belongings around him. On the bright side, that means someone really likes you. I've never really liked anything that much. I mean, like, I love good food, but if it's raining outside and Uber Eats is on surge, then it's Chef Boyardee again, baby. At number 4, we have security. Working the night shift alone tonight. There's a face in the cellar staring at the security camera. Thank you to HCTET for this story. Way back in the day, I used to work as a security guard, and every time I worked an overnight shift, there would be certain rooms that I would never go into. I didn't care if it was my job. I'm not going to mess around with the ghosts. I don't like it. If I was working late night and I saw a face staring back at me in the security cameras, I would leave. I'm not gonna go investigate. No, that's it. I'm done. No, thank you. I'm gonna leave the property and then I'm gonna go to the nearest 24-hour grocery store, do all my shopping, go home, make myself a nice meal, and then watch Netflix. I'll come back in the morning when the demons are asleep. At number 3, we have Welcome Home. This story was written by Madame. This is the perfect follow-up to the last story I just read. You get home tired after a long day's work, ready for a relaxing night alone. You reach for the light switch, but another hand is already there. So the story continues from the last one. I bail on the haunted place I was working, and then when I get home with my groceries, drop them on the floor, there's already someone in my apartment. I think I would just put the groceries down and say, keep them. Then I would drive to a new country and start a new life where no one can bother me. I would change my name to Alfonso Puppuccino and grow a gnarly mustache and then just live a life where ghosts don't come around and bother me. I don't need that kind of energy in my life. At number 2, we have dreaming. I was having a pleasant dream when what sounded like hammering woke me. After that, I could barely hear the muffled sounds of dirt covering my coffin over my own screams. Thank you to Redditor Vidger Darina for this story. I don't think I could imagine a worse fate than being buried alive. It's like that scene in Kill Bill Volume 2. That's probably the toughest part of the 2 movies for me to watch. Yeah, it's not the people getting their heads chopped off or Lucy Liu losing the top of her skull like someone throwing a hat onto the ice after a hat trick. No, it's being buried alive. That feeling of being confined, not being able to move, and then suffocating to death. That's why you gotta practice your 1-inch wood punch just in case you need to beat your way out of a coffin. And for our number 1 spot, we have Visitors. Our final entry was written by Cobalt Collapse. After working a hard day, I came home to see my girlfriend cradling our child. I didn't know which was more frightening, seeing my dead girlfriend and our stillborn child, or knowing someone had broken into our apartment to place them there. Whoever did this was dedicated. They almost deserve to kill you after that. They're willing to put in so much effort. This person would have had to dig up the body of your dead girlfriend and your dead baby without getting caught, and then put them into a sack and transport them in a car. But first even carry them to the car, then carry them to your place. And if you're not on the ground floor, you better hope the elevator is working. Then they gotta pick the lock to your place, and then they need enough artistic sense to know where to place the bodies in the most horrifying positions. Can't do the bedroom, that's too much of a cliche, but maybe you want to try the bathroom for the surprise, but it might take too long for you to get in there, then the bodies fall apart. This guy is a real workhorse. Alright guys, I'm gonna put one bonus one on here. Day 312. The internet is still not working. That's by Fluffy Poniza. I wanted to do it because it's probably the most modern horror story I could find. Alright everyone, that is our list, and as promised, I'm going to be doing some more pet shoutouts. Remember, if you want me to shout out your pet, you can hit me up on Instagram. How it works is Monday through Friday, I pick 5 pets each day from people who message that day. If you don't get picked one day, you can message back the next day. This way, it always resets, and everyone has a fair shot to get a shout out because you guys seem to really like this and are messaging me a lot, which I love, but it helps me control my inbox and all those things. And without taking any longer, let's shout out some pets. First off, we have Gail's cat Bonkers. This cat looks like a little sneaker doing that little head swerve. Don sent in a picture of his dog Blue. I know he got that name from those big, beautiful blue eyes. Oh my god, so cute. Billy wanted a shout out for his cat Elvira. Little kitty sleeping, so cute, I love it. Next, Shandy sent in a picture of her budgie Spike. Such a beautiful bright green color. Spike is going to grow up to be so nice. And finally, Mandy sent in a picture of her bunny Preston. That's such a sleek rabbit. That rabbit has perfect hair. It's perfect hair. Alright everyone, that is our list. Thank you all so much for tuning in. As always, I would love it if you could like, comment, subscribe, and hit the little notification bell. Also, if you need some more Most Amazing, check us out on Instagram and Facebook. We are starting to do Facebook exclusive content. And don't forget about the competition. See all the details at the beginning of the video. Until next time, I've been Shade Arena, and I got some more scary stories to read. Bye.